I'm Alex Shelley, and I did a promo sick on InYourHeadOnline.com because it's that important.
Hey, who's this?
It's the Easter Bunny. Who's this?
You're live on In Your Head. Is this Goldie?
Oh, you got me live already. You got to tell me that.
Oh, we're live.
This is Goldylocks calling in. Who am I calling here?
Oh, this is Jack, who you would know as Neil. I just broke kayfabe on air.
Oh, man.
And get the man from West Virginia.
Yes, I'm 1-inch biceps.
You're 1 inch 5 foot?
Yeah, 1 inch biceps, and he lives the gimmick.
It's a lovely name.
It's a shoot gimmick. And the man from the UK.
So Neil is who I'm talking to, and who
right. 1 inch biceps and Barbie.
What?
I'm just gonna say. You could just say, "Hey, you guys."
No, I like to get it right.
All right.
I got all these crazy emails, and I don't know what's going on. So talk to me. What are we talking about here, guys?
Oh, we were just going over Raw, but now we're joined by Goldylocks. Welcome to In Your Head, Goldie.
Well, it's great to be in your head.
Cool. It'd be great to be in your head, I suppose.
Wouldn't it, though? All right, guys. What are we talking about? What's happening?
All right, so everybody check out Goldylocks.com because you have a new CD coming out.
Yes, we do. But now, are you guys Canadian?
No.
No.
What?
No.
Check it out.
What?
Check it out, you said.
Oh, I did? I'm from Massachusetts.
Biceps guy. All right, well, then.
I'm from Cape Cod.
Moving on.
From the mean streets of Cape Cod.
www.goldylocks.com. Please do check it out. There's plenty of links on there. Yeah, we got a new one coming out. You did your research. I remember that. We were talking about Dawkins.
Right.
Yes.
Who, the guy who puts out some Dawkins albums is going to put out your new album.
The guy
Michael
that
Wagner.
Dawkins. There you go, yes. He's got a name.
The guy. Yeah.
Michael Wagner, yeah.
The
we're
guy.
doing it right now.
Right.
Yeah. Good call, good call.
Oh, I wrote down some notes. I come prepared.
What do you got?
Well, your original CD was Kiss. How did that go? I think I read your site. You were not a fan of that.
That would be one that's floating around in top, what would you call it?
Charts?
Ambiance.
Yeah.
It didn't chart that high, so I couldn't use that word, but thanks. No, that was good. It was fun while it lasted, and a different genre, different types of people. I prefer the genre that I'm in now. So what did you say? Order?
Right.
No, I like what we're doing now, but it's a little, closer to my heart, so.
So when's the new CD going to come out?
Well, like I said, we're still in the studio right now, and it could take, you just don't know how long it's ever going to take for things to be mixed and ready to go, and well, just to get those things pressed up, but I would hope within the next 6 months.
Cool.
It's pretty good stuff, too. It's really solid, and if you're a Michael Wagner fan, I would just tell you to get it just on those premises because it's done to the hilt. It's done really well, so it's good stuff. Yeah.
My co-host, 1 Inch Biceps, is a big Dawkins fan.
Oh, yes. I love the dog.
Barbie.
What about me? I'm
What's
here.
that?
I'm not asleep.
There's like so many cooks in the kitchen, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed.
It's pretty simple. I'm the one
Is
with
it
the British
nice?
accent.
Right, the fake British accent.
Is it fake? Oh, okay.
No, it's not fake.
Oh. I always thought he's from Cleveland, but he claims he's from England.
Yeah, I'm from England.
So what kind of a show is this now?
This is In Your Head,
don't
Wrestling
know.
Radio.
No, I know that. It's an internet radio. Okay. And
Right.
Mhm.
We talk about wrestling here.
And
Mainly.
what type of listeners do you have?
We have listeners all over the world. We've had some pretty big guests. We had Goldberg, Terry Funk, TNA stars.
I think Terry Funk pretty much summed up our listener base as punks, fools, and perverts.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the accent. That's great.
Thank you.
We also have a DVD out, Goldylocks Live from Detroit.
Mhm.
Yes.
So what's on that?
What do you think?
Let me take a wild stab in the dark at that one.
I'm giving you a chance to sell it. Tell everybody to go buy it.
I'm going to sell it. It's what you wouldn't expect compared to a lot of other people who have DVDs out. I think it's a little more pro, even though we're technically on an indie label. I just think it's got some good meat and potatoes to it, and it's worth buying just for the extras at the end, which there are some wrestling segments and clips and things like that. But just the overall packages at the end, the extras are quite humorous and I think it's mighty refreshing to find a good, solid rock and roll band these days that doesn't take themselves so seriously that you're completely obliviated by their arrogance. So,
right.
We're pretty,
for sure.
We're pretty just in your face and good down-home cats, and we like to rock out and give people just good entertainment. That's really what the whole DVD is. The songs are good on it, and like I said, the extras at the end where it just gives everybody a chance to really meet the rest of the band. And if you're like, well, I don't care, well, then tune off this show, because I do. So funk you.
There you go. Would say an intro?
Oh, I just wanted to ask, who are your primary musical influences?
Boy, they wouldn't be necessarily like the rest of the band. They all kind of gel on, they're like it's just Metallica and Motley Crue and Poison and just hair bands, or all the way to Van Halen. It seems like they know every rock band through our lifetime, where when I was really listening to music and getting into it, excuse me, it was more of your Prince or Madonna or, pop type people. So it's actually a really cool, it's a cool mesh. Just, we were in the studio the other day doing background harmonies with Michael Wagner, and he was like joking that it was like really R&B. Well, I'm from Minneapolis and, work with a lot of the Prince people and Terry and Jimmy and just, a lot of people doing backgrounds for Janet Jackson, or just it's a different beast, but it doesn't necessarily not work together. It actually worked out pretty cool. So that's something that you probably wouldn't expect from this record, but it does have some of the the past history that I've acquired, so to speak, in it as well. So more along the lines of pop icons would have been my role models or inspirations or who I pulled from.
Yeah. Another wrestler that's gone into music would be Fozzy, Chris Jericho.
I've listened to a lot of his stuff. He's got a really good band. He's doing good.
Yeah. I knew you're into the hair metal, so it kind of fits that, I think.
Yeah, I actually, I sent out, I don't know if I did or if our booking agent did, but just sent out some feelers to see if I've looked at the type of rooms that he's, working and doing, and they're about the same as we are, depending on what our material is for that night. We do bigger or smaller if it's more original or more cover-oriented. It just, it falls under different rooms, but I would love to open for him sometime. It just seems like he's doing a really good job and, really trying. Some people just expect that, oh, well, I'm a wrestler, so of course I should just be able to do music and it's all going to work. Well, the bottom line is it's hard work and grueling, and he seems like he's got his head in the right place, so I think they've got a really good thing going.
Okay. Our message board is saying, get back to wrestling.
Board is saying, get back to wrestling.
Yeah, our chat room, we got a live chat room, inyourheadonline.com.
Well, I can just imagine that person that just typed in what they physically look like. Kidding.
Actually, I think he's 14, so you might want to drop that.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe Andrew wants to know that.
Just ignore him. I was told.
I was told. Message board or type in a question and ask that.
He wanted to know what was it like to work with Abyss?
What was it like to work with Abyss? Abyss is very experienced and really knows his craft, so it was an honor to be able to be taught by somebody like that. I've done a lot of indie shows with him as well and know him personally. He's just somebody that you would not be disappointed to meet his passion. Like some people you'd be disappointed when you meet in the business because you would think, oh, well, they're a wrestler, but they're really not that into it. They are more into being famous. They're more into this or that. Abyss is very, very just solid when it comes to his art. He's just a true
he's a real good big
wrestler.
Man. Mm-hmm.
A true showman. So I learned a lot from him.
Cool. He doesn't wear the mask in public.
Oh, sure he does.
Awesome.
Were you a wrestling fan before you came to TNA?
Not really.
No?
No. As everybody criticized me for, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was hired to be an interviewer and to sing on the show.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Was that too much music?
No, that's all right.
Don't take what they say to heart. I've been told not to sing anymore on the show.
Really?
Yeah. I burst into songs sometimes.
Let's ask me some more wrestling questions. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Well, did a lot of people give you problems? You said because you were in wrestling and you weren't a fan before.
don't think a lot of people give me problems. I think when I read stuff, everybody just people with nothing going on in life tend to be negative.
Yeah.
Tend to just like look for something negative to say, and it's funny because they would always write me up in the magazines, either good or bad. There was no lukewarm. There was no, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. It's either, wow, she's crazy and doing a really good job, or she sucks, but it would be like, oh, she sucks, and it would be on the same page as like Ric Flair or Ricky Steamboat or Triple H. So, I mean, if I'm going to suck, I'd sure love to suck among that kind of,
right.
crowd. Yeah, so...
Let's just move those words around and make a new sentence, please.
What's that?
I'm being naughty. But, an example of this, on 101 Reasons Not to Be a Pro Wrestler, the DVD, Conan states that you have zero talent. Was he one of the people that gave you some problems while you were in the company?
Who?
Conan. K-Dog.
What now? Conan said what now? That I had zero talent?
Yeah, he says on the 101 Reasons Not to Be a Pro Wrestler DVD.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. God bless you. Next one.
We'll skip right over that one. Who approached you to go to TNA, to come into TNA?
What's that?
Who approached you to come into TNA? How are you?
Our lawyer did. My lawyer did, actually.
I mean, was there anybody in particular in TNA, like Jeff Jarrett or anybody that...
No, my lawyer said there's a new organization that's opening up. Am I going too long on the phone? Are you okay? He said there's a new organization opening up, and they're looking for somebody with zero talent. So I'm like, well, hell yeah, sign me up.
Well, yeah, that's how we got this show.
Exactly. Being that I have zero talent and I'm good at absolutely nothing, they thought, well, we're going to add you to the show, by God. So I flew out to Nashville several times and pretty much banged their door down and said, I really want this job, and I'm good at entertaining, and I would love to be a part of this. And I guess none of the other people with talent thought that far ahead, so I got the job, and they did.
While you were working there, did you become a wrestling fan?
I would never be a wrestler. I never.
I mean, become a wrestling fan.
A wrestling fan? Oh,
yeah, because you said you weren't before, but I thought maybe after you worked there and saw the guys, maybe you became.
No, absolutely. And the reason that I got to become a fan, and I hate the word fan, a supporter, I guess,
okay.
A believer, a supporter,
right.
is just because I was around it and got to see what a craft this was and what dedicated athletes these men are and how dedicated, and women, I'm sorry, and dedicated and love what they do. There's so many of them that are out there in the indie circuit even doing these shows for $25 or $50. I mean, come on, for an hour of out there run-ins and your actual match on the indie circuit, you can go for a half an hour sometimes. You have to really love what you're doing, and anybody that loves what they're doing that much wins my vote, So,
right.
Yes, absolutely a wrestling fan till the day I die.
Yeah.
But I can think of one wrestler I might not be one of now.
Oh, who's that? We want the dirt. We're all about the dirt.
Me. No.
Oh, you're not a fan of yourself?
I just think that stuff's funny. Anything negative, it fuels me. I think
okay.
it's good for a good laugh. I'm glad that my name could come up on an actual DVD and be printed.
Yeah.
Again, love me or hate me.
I think Barbie had a question about your interview style.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. One thing that I really enjoyed about your interviews was that you didn't play the classic interviewer who generally seems to be scared of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
You always seem to talk back, which I just absolutely adored. Especially one instance that jumps out was you were interviewing Bruce. Well, Alan Funk, just after he ditched the Bruce character.
Yeah.
And he was really trying to be serious and sell it.
Was he trying to be serious and sell it, or was I?
He was.
What was your question? He was? You know, part of the thing is sometimes I knew what was going on, and sometimes I didn't. I was told to just be myself. At a later time, when Vince really dissected the art and the psychology of, look, you are there to put those wrestlers over. You don't necessarily need to cower or be afraid of them. When I look back in retrospect, I think sometimes I was giving them, maybe this is bold or arrogant to say, but I was sometimes doing some of them a favor. A lot of times in any of our jobs or our craft, we become numb or immune or almost on automatic pilot where we're not thinking of things. And I think my way or my style of interviewing or lack of whatever sometimes pushed people to actually think, like, what the hell is she talking about? Or it made them jump out of their normal rut to really try to sell themselves. And that's really what an interview is supposed to be doing. An interviewer is supposed to be selling them or putting them over. And I think sometimes, just by default, I was doing that, where it made them step back and say, well, wait a minute, bitch, or wait a minute, girl, or wait a minute, whatever, I'm so-and-so, and I'm doing this, and therefore I believe them more. Because sometimes we just have some little woman cowering in the background. That doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't really make you look very powerful.
Right.
I don't know. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it definitely worked with Alexis Laree.
You know what now? Your accent's so good I can't understand you. What about what was working with
We're from America. We can't understand British talk.
Yes.
Going to translate it. I think the style definitely worked when you interviewed Alexis Laree.
Okay.
If you remember that one.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't care.
Yeah. You're just being yourself.
No, yeah, that's all I was told to do is somebody wanted to work.
You said about Vince. Was he somebody who really helped you when you were there, Vince Russo?
Oh my God, Vince! He'll go down to the day I die. One of a very, very good friend, awesome person, awesome talent, understanding. Again, love him or hate him, he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there's a lot of people.
Well, he just taught me more about life. You know, all around superhuman being.
How about the Jarretts? Were they? Did you get along with them when you were working there?
You know what? I really got along with everybody because I just don't care not to. And I found Jerry to be very cool, and I had a good time with him. He's got an excellent sense of humor, and Jeff's got a very dry, cool sense of humor, and he taught me a lot. And he even if he didn't like something that you were doing, he had a way. He's a good business person. He's a good business runner. He's a good owner of a business. Whether, again, you love him or hate him, I'd like to see anybody on there on the chat rooms or in the forums or wherever you are. I'd like to see any people that criticize that guy. You go do what he's doing. Please, he's fall on your face. Seriously.
Yeah, if you guys want to call in, it's 508-644-8503.
Rickaroo's mustache from our message board. He wants to know if you picked up any creepy wrestling fan stalkers.
Yes. Many of them.
You just picked up 3 more.
Yes, exactly. Yes. There were some very odd emails that I would get. But you know what? From the wrestling circuit of supporters, we have some people that have come to over 20 or 30 music shows alone. So, and I think some people would perceive them as this or that. I perceive them as God bless them for even caring about anything that I'm doing wrestling related, music related, whatever related. Thank you for even coming out and supporting, because it's hard to get people to show up for your shows. And I'm just honored that anybody would care enough to even come. So I love them all.
Yeah, I got a caller here. Who is this? You're on the air with Goldie.
This is Raven.
This is Raven Effect. All right, you have a question?
Yeah, while you were in TNA, was there anyone that you got along with more than others? Because from what I hear, some of them were just completely
One more time. Okay, what, you heard about me or just in general that some are creeps?
No, in general. Are there any people that you really enjoyed working with more than others?
Yes, absolutely. Here we go. Trinity, Class A chick. Desire, Class A. Oops, broke kayfabe. She's an awesome human being. Awesome human being. Elix Skipper, hands down, cool as hell. Chris Daniels is an awesome guy. AJ Styles probably has to be on my list of 100% of human beings. Probably one of the most amazing human beings that you'll ever meet. Totally real, a good Christian, kind-hearted, not even in your face type of Christian, just walking the walk. Just amazing. And Chris Harris, an amazing human being. So I would say those are my top picks. And Scott Hudson, one of them, just amazing. So, there is plenty of people that were great, but I am not the type of person, if I don't like you, I'm not going to go up to you and say, oh, hi, how are you? I don't care. I won't talk to you. So, I mean, there's people that I'm leaving out, but those are the people that stick out in my mind as amazing.
No, I got to ask.
Question?
What did you think of Raven?
What did I think of Raven?
He asks that of every guest we have on.
What did you say?
He asks that to every guest we've ever had on. He's just a huge Raven fan.
I am the Raven super fan.
Raven, I had different opinions of him at different times. I got to know him in different aspects. And I will just say the opinion that I am left with, so we'll leave out all the others, the opinion that I'm left with him, I ran into him at a gym in Orlando, was just a guy who knows his place, knows what he has done in the business, is comfortable, happy with it, and settled with it. And therefore, I think that makes a pretty solid human being. So I think he's a tremendous attribute and an incredible talent to the wrestling industry today.
Is that it, Raven? Cool.
Yeah, good. Okay, I was going to call up for ulterior reasons, but with that, I think you've redeemed yourself. With that, I bid you adieu.
All right. Thanks for calling in. He bids you adieu. Oh.
Well, I'm actually gonna have to run pretty soon. So if you have any closing questions, I'd love to answer them.
All right. I did read on your site that you can you sing in 5 languages. I was going to ask if you could say you love inyourheadonline.com in 5 languages.
I don't. You know, I can sing in languages.
Oh.
I can speak in things, but just to like randomly say things, I'd have to sit and process like your phrasing and everything like that to get.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. We'll expect that in a couple weeks. Just say that you loved inyourheadonline.com in 5 languages, but if you can't do it.
I probably would just wait and try to like make sure I got that right. Otherwise, if you have a German speaker right here next to me, that would be more than happy to say that Michael Wagner's girlfriend is in the house.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Right off the boat from Germany. I'm just kidding.
Do you have any plans ever coming back to wrestling?
Oh, absolutely. But right now with shows that, you know, you're getting under your belt and making some decent ching-chang, and we have, being that I'm so not talented, people like, Michael Wagner interested in me. Because, you know, that guy hasn't worked with anybody with any talent at all. I'm trying to remember any loser that he's worked with.
Right.
Ed Stockton. Oh, God. Alice Cooper. Who's that, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember these bands. But anyway, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to come back. Again, you know, when the timing is right and when it makes sense, I would love it. I had the time of my life and a blast, and I'm completely thankful for the people having me.
Okay, there's one question on the message board we had to ask.
Great.
He phrased it differently, but I'll say, did you date any celebrities?
Did I what now?
Have you ever dated any celebrities?
Many.
His phrasing was a little cruder.
Yeah, I'm sure it started with an F, right? Yes. No, actually, that would not be true, but yes, I've dated some, and again, I'm a private person, and...
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, yes, I have.
All right, you never danced for In the Cage in TNA. Would you dance in the cage for In Your Head?
Would I dance in the cage for In Your Head?
Yeah.
You know, I think people would probably want to see a little less cellulite, so probably no.
All right. Is there anything you want to say before I let you go then? Do you have to run?
No, I'd love to be on again though sometime, and thank you very much for asking me to be on. And I swear to God, the next time Elix is on, I'm going to call in, and
all right.
I do that all the time in jazz.
Yeah, I was going to ask him to call in when you were on.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah.
I would have known it was him, though. All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night, and thanks again for having me.
All right, thanks for coming on.
Okay, sweetie.
Hey.
Bye-bye.
Hey, what up? This is Puppet, the psycho dwarf from HalfPriceBallers.com. You are on InYourHeadOnline.com. Check it out.